Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here because, honestly, we are looking at something completely monumental today. We're diving into the architectural blueprint of a literal revolution. For over a century, the pharmaceutical industry has operated in basically one standard way. But right now, it's transforming from this 100-year-old traditional manufacturing model into a living, breathing digital system. Today, we're going to explore exactly how intelligence is being embedded into every single layer of value creation, literally from the molecular atom all the way to the patient's bedside. It's fascinating stuff. Okay, let's dive into our agenda really quick. We're starting with the digital survival imperative. Then we'll break down the 4 core pillars of the enterprise, explore data, people, and governance, calculate the actual digital ROI, and finally, cast our eyes to the Pharma 5.0 horizon. All right, Section 1, the digital survival imperative, also known as the digital shift. Let's be clear right out of the gate. Going digital isn't just a nice-to-have strategy anymore. It is an absolute life-or-death survival imperative. For a century, making medicine was this very rigid, straight-line process, right? You discover a molecule, push it to the clinic, manufacture it at scale, and ship it out. And hey, it served humanity incredibly well for a long time. But today, it is simply too slow. Diseases are complex, and patient needs are immediate. So this new digital enterprise is an entirely different beast. It's a living, data-driven ecosystem. Intelligence loops back constantly. Imagine data from a patient directly informing how the next batch of medicine is formulated in the lab. Intelligence is woven directly into the core business model, fundamentally shaping how medicines are experienced by you and me. So what lit the match for this massive shift? Well, a whopping 74% of industry respondents agree that the COVID-19 pandemic acted as an intense forcing function. What experts thought would take a full decade of typical innovation actually happened in just 2 short years. I mean, talk about hyper-acceleration. Supply chains were tested to their absolute limits, labs were forced to collaborate digitally, and we saw vaccines developed at a speed we previously thought was literally impossible. For leadership today, the question is no longer whether to transform. It's simply a matter of how fast they can adapt before being entirely left behind by their more agile competitors. To put this into perspective, just look at the sheer financial scale of this structural reimagining. The global pharma digital transformation market is sitting at roughly $40 billion today in 2025. But by 2033, that is projected to hit $90 billion. That is a staggering 17% compound annual growth rate. We aren't just talking about niche IT upgrades or, buying some new software for the HR department. This is a massive reallocation of capital to rebuild what a pharmaceutical company actually is. It's a full-blown shift from being just a chemical manufacturer to becoming a fully integrated technology and health data company. Moving right along to Section 2, Pillars of the Enterprise, our core architecture. Now that we understand the urgency here, let's examine the actual load-bearing framework of Pharma 4.0. A truly digital enterprise doesn't just run a few isolated tech projects in different departments. No way. It integrates 4 core pillars into a single unified architecture: digital R&D and AI, smart manufacturing, intelligent supply chains, and a patient-centric commercial approach. If any one of these pillars is weak, the whole structure kind of falters. So let's look closely at how each of these actually drives value. Starting with Pillar 1, artificial intelligence is basically rewriting the economics of drug discovery. By deploying AI in the laboratory, early-stage research timelines are being slashed by about 50%. For you and me, that means life-saving therapeutics are hitting the market years faster than they used to. And the financial upside? It's projected to generate up to $410 billion annually for the sector. But it goes way beyond just early discovery. In clinical trials, digital and decentralized designs are accelerating trial startups by 6 to 12 weeks. So pharma companies are discovering better, more targeted drugs in a fraction of the time and risking far less capital to do it. It's a total game changer. Pillar 2 takes us to the true heartland of the enterprise, the manufacturing floor. And the absolute standout technology here is the digital twin. So, what is that? Well, a digital twin is a highly precise virtual replica of a physical system, completely powered by real-time data. Imagine having a perfect digital copy of a massive, incredibly complex drug manufacturing line running on a server. Because it continuously receives live sensor data from the actual factory, this digital twin can accurately predict maintenance needs and automate fault detection long before a physical breakdown ever happens. It essentially makes the factory self-aware and self-correcting. For Pillar 3, we have the supply chain. Look, pharmaceutical logistics are notoriously complex. You're moving highly sensitive products across global borders. But integrating blockchain and AI is turning logistics from a basic operational headache into a massive strategic asset. And the impact on patient safety is absolutely profound. Blockchain implementation is reducing the prevalence of counterfeit medications from up to 12% down to just 3 or 4%, while catapulting product traceability from under 40% to over 85%. When you pair that level of security with AI predicting global demand, you ensure the exact right medicine gets to the exact right hospital exactly when it's needed. And finally, Pillar 4 proves that the digital enterprise doesn't stop at the factory gate. It extends right into our hands. The e-pharma market is booming, projected to hit over $133 billion by 2030. But the real victory here? Predictive care. Using real-world data and connected health apps is actually improving patient medication adherence by 15 to 25% globally. By building these omni-channel models, pharma companies are driving 2 to 3 times higher engagement with healthcare providers. It's a complete shift away from just selling a pill toward providing the whole shebang, integrated, holistic digital health solutions. All right, Section 3, Data, People, and Governance, the invisible architecture.
So, we've spent some time geeking out over the shiny technology, but now we really need to talk about the invisible architecture that holds it all together. And there is a vital quote to remember here. Technology without people is infrastructure without purpose. Let that sink in. We can talk about flashy AI and blockchain all day long, but if the frontline workers cannot adapt to it, the entire transformation will completely stall. The human element is, without a doubt, the most underestimated dimension of becoming a digital enterprise.
Check this out. In highly regulated pharma quality environments, a staggering 80% of process deviations are officially attributed to human error. 80%. But here is the secret. These are very rarely actual technology failures. They're symptoms of much deeper systemic issues. We're talking about unclear work instructions, insufficient training, and a massive gap between legacy human expertise and brand new digital systems. Think about it. If a company deploys a multi-million-dollar software tool, but the actual knowledge of how to use it remains locked in a few people's heads, that digital initiative is pretty much guaranteed to fail. Which brings us to an absolutely wild figure, 1.9 million. That is the estimated number of pharmaceutical roles that require immediate and comprehensive reskilling in the coming years for Pharma 4.0 competencies. And we aren't just talking about basic computer skills here. We are talking about teaching traditional bench scientists AI literacy, training quality assurance teams in data science, and rolling out agile working methodologies across massive corporate structures. Casual, ad hoc training sessions just won't cut it anymore. A deeply structured, enterprise-wide workforce transformation is the true backbone of this entire shift. Alongside people, we have the strict regulatory constraints governing all of this data. Because remember, the digital enterprise operates completely through regulation, not outside of it. For AI and machine learning to be legally used in drug manufacturing, agencies like the FDA enforce the Alcoa Plus principles. Every single piece of data must be attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate, plus complete, consistent, enduring, and available. Enterprise architecture teams have to design their systems to guarantee these strict data integrity principles from day one, not as some panicked afterthought right before an audit. Which brings us to Section 4, Calculating the Digital ROI, Calculating Value. Now, what's really interesting about this is how executives actually justify and measure the value of these massive investments. The tangible return on investment spans the entire life cycle. In manufacturing, companies are seeing 20 to 40% productivity gains simply by reducing equipment downtime. In the supply chain, forecasting accuracy jumps from 70% to 90%, and fakes drop from 12% to 4%. In R&D, we see that 50% timeline reduction, and over in regulatory, digital tracking creates a 45% improvement in audit preparedness. This absolutely proves that digital transformation is not just some IT expense, it translates to cross-functional, highly measurable returns. Finally, let's look at Section 5, the Pharma 5.0 Horizon, the future. Let's see how this builds, because industry leaders are already looking well past our current digital transformation. Pharma 4.0 is what we've been discussing today, a massive push for connectivity and data-driven manufacturing efficiency. But Pharma 5.0, that elevates the game entirely. It focuses heavily on human-technology collaboration, agentic AI that can make complex decisions completely autonomously, and true, deep environmental sustainability. The industry is moving from simply optimizing a factory line to creating complete biological digital twins of patients, driving deeply personalized health outcomes. Which leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to ponder. As these incredible digital systems are built out, we have to ask ourselves, are we just optimizing the present, or are we constructing the infrastructure of the future? Because digital transformation in pharma isn't a finite project with an end date. It is a permanent, ever-evolving capability that will firmly define the next era of global health. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, and I will catch you all next time.